Imagine a world where the most iconic painting of all time is under threat, its fate hanging in the balance as war ravages the globe. The Mona Lisa, with her enigmatic smile, faced the chilling possibility of falling into the hands of the Nazi regime during World War II. But behind the whispers of history lies a tale of daring rescues and unwavering dedication. Join us as we uncover the dramatic story of how this priceless masterpiece was saved from the brink of destruction and how its survival became a symbol of art's triumph over adversity. Leonardo da Vinci, born on April 15, 1452, in Vinci, Italy, is celebrated as one of the greatest geniuses of the Renaissance. His talents extended far beyond painting. He was also an accomplished engineer, scientist, musician, and inventor.
Leonardo described himself once as a discepolo di sperientia, which can either be translated as a disciple of experience or as a disciple of experiment. And throughout his life, Leonardo was a relentless, tough-minded experimenter. It was, in a sense, his creed, his belief in the importance of questioning, of searching, of investigating, and experimenting.
Da Vinci's artistic style is renowned for its precision and innovation, characterized by meticulous attention to detail, movement, and expression. His works, including the iconic Mona Lisa, reflect a profound integration of art and science, driven by his studies in anatomy, physics, and optics. Alongside the Mona Lisa, other masterpieces, such as The Last Supper and The Virgin of the Rocks, further cemented his reputation as a master of Renaissance art.
Leonardo da Vinci was a true Renaissance man. He's well known as a great artist, but in fact, he also made great contributions to foundations of science.
He engaged in projects like designs to reroute rivers, urban planning, the creation of pedestrian streets in the centers of cities, all designed to cut down on the chaos of life around him.
The Mona Lisa, also known as La Gioconda in Italian, stands as one of the most famous paintings in the world. It was created on a canvas with oil paint, and Leonardo is believed to have worked on it from 1503 to 1506, with possible refinements extending to 1517. The painting depicts a woman, widely thought to be Lisa Gherardini, the wife of a Florentine merchant.
Wife of Francesco del Giocondo, who was, at the time we would say, businessman.
That's why she's called La Gioconda, because she married Mr. Giocondo.
The Mona Lisa is renowned for its enigmatic smile and the captivating gaze of the subject, which has spurred extensive debate and interpretation. Leonardo employed innovative techniques such as sfumato, a method that creates a soft transition between colors and tones, enhancing the depth and realism of the portrait. The Mona Lisa is a symbol of Western art and the Renaissance era. Its impact on culture and the arts is profound, influencing countless artists and becoming a subject of fascination and study. The painting's unique qualities, including its mysterious subject and pioneering techniques, have contributed to its status as a masterpiece that continues to captivate audiences worldwide.
He wants the picture to be a total remaking of the natural world. He wants everything to be in there. He wants movement, he wants life, he wants optics, he wants anatomy, he wants geology, he wants botany. And in a sense, that's more even than a moving film could do these days. So in a way, it's an impossible agenda. He's setting a standard for a picture which no one, not even Leonardo, could possibly meet.
As the Nazi regime expanded its control across Europe, it set its sights on the cultural treasures of occupied territories. In France, the Nazis recognized the immense value of art, including masterpieces housed in the Louvre Museum. By the late 1930s, the regime's leaders, including Hermann Göring, developed a systematic approach to seizing artworks. The Nazis sought to acquire and confiscate significant pieces to bolster their own collections and to deprive their enemies of cultural heritage. Artworks were meticulously catalogued and targeted for relocation to Germany, where they would be displayed in newly established museums or used to further the regime's propaganda efforts. As World War II loomed, the Mona Lisa faced imminent danger from the advancing Nazi forces. The French government, in conjunction with museum officials, made the crucial decision to move the painting from the Louvre to safeguard it from potential theft or damage. This operation required meticulous planning to ensure the painting's safety while maintaining secrecy to avoid attracting the attention of potential looters. In August 1939, a team of skilled art handlers, conservators, and security personnel undertook the delicate task of removing the Mona Lisa from its display at the Louvre. The painting was carefully packaged to prevent any damage during transit. It was placed in a specially designed crate to shield it from physical harm and environmental changes. To ensure that the move remained confidential, the operation was conducted under tight security and with minimal public knowledge. Once the Mona Lisa was safely out of the Louvre, it began a journey through France that took it to several secure locations. The first stop was the Château de Chambord, a remote and fortified castle in the Loire Valley, which offered a relatively secure environment away from the capital and the potential threat of German occupation. The chateau's isolated location made it an ideal temporary refuge. As the war progressed, the Mona Lisa was moved to additional locations to further enhance its security. Among these locations was the Château de Montargis, another fortified site in the French countryside. Each move was carefully planned to minimize risk, and the painting was transported by trusted personnel who ensured its safety throughout the journey. The choice of locations for the Mona Lisa's temporary homes was strategic. The sites were chosen for their security, both from the threat of Nazi looting and from the general hazards of wartime. The artworks were often stored in cellars or other secure rooms to protect them from potential bombings or other forms of damage. The protection of the Mona Lisa during its relocation was paramount. Art conservationists and museum staff took extensive measures to shield the painting from the hazards of war. The crate used for transportation was designed to protect against physical impacts, and the artwork was wrapped in protective materials to prevent damage from humidity and temperature fluctuations. In addition to physical protection, the Mona Lisa's relocation involved stringent security protocols. The transport was carried out under armed guard, and the route was kept secret to prevent any potential interception. The team involved in the relocation was carefully vetted to ensure that only trusted individuals had access to the painting. The Mona Lisa was also shielded from potential Nazi interference through careful coordination with the French resistance and other protective organizations. These groups helped monitor and safeguard the painting's various locations, providing additional layers of security and ensuring that the painting remained safe from potential threats. The successful protection and relocation of the Mona Lisa during World War II stand as a testament to the dedication and resourcefulness of those involved in preserving cultural heritage under extreme conditions. Despite the challenges and dangers of wartime, the Mona Lisa's journey through France ensured that it survived the conflict intact, ready to return to its rightful place at the Louvre after the war. As the Nazi regime expanded its reach across Europe, the systematic looting of art became a significant priority. The Nazis, under the direction of figures like Hermann Göring and Adolf Hitler, sought to amass valuable artworks from occupied territories to bolster their own collections and further their ideological goals. The Mona Lisa, with its unparalleled fame and artistic significance, was a prime target for their art seizure efforts. In France, as German troops advanced, the threat to the Mona Lisa grew more pronounced. Hermann Göring, a high-ranking Nazi official and a key figure in the art-looting operations, had a particular interest in acquiring famous artworks for his own personal collection and the planned Führer Museum in Linz, Austria. Hitler's obsession with art and cultural artifacts was driven by his desire to create a grandiose cultural legacy and showcase the spoils of conquest. The Mona Lisa, as one of the most iconic paintings in the world, was at the top of the list for acquisition.
By the end of the war, he'd gathered 8,500 paintings for this purpose. That aroused my interest.
I had expected to find that he was directly responsible for looting and stealing of paintings that he wanted for himself, and I couldn't find any evidence for it. I found evidence that he paid for them, sometimes at knockdown prices, but not direct theft in any way. I was quite surprised by this, and I have to say, in all honesty, that's what I found. Didn't expect it, but I did.
The Nazis had a well-organized system for identifying and seizing artworks, often employing art experts and appraisers to locate and assess valuable pieces. In occupied France, they actively searched for hidden or relocated artworks using informants, intelligence networks, and brute force to track down masterpieces. The Mona Lisa, despite its secretive relocation, was a subject of intense interest and pursuit by Nazi officials. In response to the Nazi threat, the French resistance played a crucial role in protecting the country's cultural heritage, including the Mona Lisa. The resistance, made up of a diverse group of fighters and operatives, worked to undermine the German occupation and prevent the looting of French art and cultural artifacts. They established networks to gather intelligence on Nazi activities and disrupt their efforts to seize valuable artworks. Members of the resistance were aware of the importance of protecting France's artistic treasures, and they coordinated closely with museum officials and government representatives to safeguard the Mona Lisa and other masterpieces. The resistance provided vital support during the painting's relocation, helping to secure safe passage and protect the sites where the Mona Lisa was temporarily housed. The resistance's efforts extended beyond just physical protection. They also engaged in psychological warfare, spreading misinformation and creating confusion among Nazi forces to divert attention from the true locations of hidden artworks. These tactics helped to keep the Mona Lisa and other cultural treasures out of Nazi hands. During its journey through wartime France, the Mona Lisa narrowly avoided several close encounters with Nazi forces. These encounters were tense and fraught with danger, as the painting's captors had to outwit and evade German troops who were actively searching for hidden art. In some cases, Nazi soldiers came perilously close to discovering the Mona Lisa's hiding places, only to be thwarted by the quick thinking and bravery of those protecting the painting. One notable incident occurred when a convoy transporting the Mona Lisa was stopped at a German checkpoint. The guards conducting the search were unaware of the painting's presence, and thanks to the careful concealment efforts of those in charge, the Mona Lisa was not discovered. The convoy was allowed to pass, and the painting continued its journey to safety. Another close call took place at one of the chateaux where the Mona Lisa was stored. German forces conducted a raid on the site, searching for hidden valuables. The painting, hidden in a secure underground vault, narrowly escaped detection. The quick actions of the chateau's caretakers and the resistance operatives involved ensured that the Mona Lisa remained hidden from view. These encounters with Nazi forces highlight the perilous nature of the Mona Lisa's journey during the war. The painting's survival was not just a matter of luck, but also the result of meticulous planning, daring actions, and the unwavering determination of those who understood the importance of preserving such a priceless cultural treasure. As the tide of World War II turned in favor of the Allies, the threat to the Mona Lisa began to recede. With the liberation of France in 1944, the painting's journey across wartime Europe came to an end. The Mona Lisa, which had been safely hidden throughout the war, was finally ready to be returned to its rightful place in the Louvre Museum.
One of Washington's most distinguished throngs is at the National Gallery of Art to welcome a distinguished visitor. President and Mrs. Kennedy, with French Cultural Minister André Malraux and his wife, pay homage to the first public appearance of Mona Lisa, the Leonardo da Vinci painting that has captured the fancy of generations for 400 years.
When it went to New York, it had a kind of royal reception with J.F. Kennedy and Jacqueline Kennedy.
Mr. Minister, we in the United States are grateful for this loan from the leading artistic power in the world, France.
The Mona Lisa's only been out of France 3 times, Moscow and Tokyo.
The return of the Mona Lisa was a symbol of hope and resilience for the French people, who had endured years of occupation and hardship. The painting's survival was a testament to the efforts of those who had risked their lives to protect it from Nazi looting and destruction. As the painting made its way back to Paris, it was met with great fanfare and celebration, marking the end of a dark chapter in history. The Louvre Museum, which had been closed and partially evacuated during the war, reopened its doors to the public, with the Mona Lisa once again taking pride of place in the museum's collection. The painting's return was seen as a victory for cultural preservation and a reminder of the importance of protecting artistic heritage in times of conflict.
And never before has a work of art been so well guarded. From its special cabin, it had the top security treatment as it went by Secret Service and police motorcade to Washington. In the American capital, Mona Lisa will be the artistic attraction of all time. They've insured it for an estimated $100 million. After Washington, New York will see it. Imagine the price, supposing the painting were for sale.
Upon its return to the Louvre, the Mona Lisa underwent a thorough examination and restoration process. The painting had been carefully preserved during its wartime journey, but it was essential to ensure that it had not suffered any damage or deterioration during its time in hiding. Art conservators at the Louvre conducted detailed assessments of the painting's condition, using advanced techniques to analyze its structural integrity and the state of its paint layers.
If you look at X-rays of paintings by Leonardo or his contemporaries, they all have a blurry appearance. This is caused by the lead white in the preparation layer. And this lead white blocks the X-rays. If you look at the X-ray of the Isleworth Mona Lisa, you see a very clear image. And this shows that there is more or less no lead white in the preparation layer. Leonardo and his contemporaries more or less always used lead white in the preparation.
Minor conservation work was carried out to address any issues that had arisen, ensuring that the Mona Lisa would remain in pristine condition for future generations. In addition to the restoration efforts, new security measures were implemented to protect the Mona Lisa from future threats. The painting was placed in a specially designed display case that provided both physical protection and climate control, ensuring that it would be shielded from environmental factors that could cause damage. The Mona Lisa's return to the Louvre was more than just the conclusion of its wartime journey. It was also the beginning of a new chapter in the painting's history. The efforts to preserve and protect the Mona Lisa during World War II had highlighted the importance of safeguarding cultural heritage in times of conflict. This experience informed future approaches to the protection of art and cultural artifacts, influencing policies and practices in museums around the world. The wartime journey of the Mona Lisa had a profound impact on how art and cultural heritage are valued and protected. The efforts to safeguard the painting from Nazi looting and destruction highlighted the vulnerability of cultural treasures during times of conflict. The Mona Lisa's survival became a symbol of the resilience of art and the dedication of those who worked to preserve it. The story of the Mona Lisa's journey also raised awareness about the importance of protecting cultural heritage in the face of war and political instability. It underscored the need for international cooperation in safeguarding art and antiquities and led to the development of new protocols and agreements aimed at preventing the looting and destruction of cultural property in times of conflict. In addition,
when I make an examination of a painting, after the first view of the main side, I just turn it over and look at the back side, because I can see a lot of information of the history of this painting on the back side also. You have all the dirt of the centuries, you have the inscriptions, you have collector numbers, you have maybe seals, stamps, whatever. So the back side is normally a much more unchanged part of the history of the painting than the front side.
The Mona Lisa's wartime journey has inspired countless books, films, and documentaries, making it one of the most compelling stories in the history of art. The painting's survival against all odds has captured the imagination of people around the world, turning the Mona Lisa into not just a masterpiece of Renaissance art, but also a symbol of hope and resilience in the face of adversity. The successful protection of the Mona Lisa during World War II serves as a reminder of the importance of cultural preservation. Art and cultural heritage are more than just objects of beauty. They are a reflection of human history, identity, and creativity. The Mona Lisa's journey during the war illustrates the lengths to which people will go to protect these treasures, even in the face of overwhelming danger. The experience of safeguarding the Mona Lisa has influenced the way museums, governments, and cultural institutions approach the protection of art and cultural heritage. It has led to the development of international conventions, such as the 1954 Hague Convention for the Protection of Cultural Property in the event of armed conflict, which aims to protect cultural property during times of war. The Mona Lisa's story also serves as a call to action for future generations to continue the work of preserving and protecting cultural heritage. In a world where conflicts and threats to cultural property still exist, the lessons learned from the Mona Lisa's wartime journey remain relevant and important. The journey of the Mona Lisa during World War II is a testament to the resilience of art and the enduring power of cultural heritage. Despite the dangers and challenges of the war, the painting survived, thanks to the dedication and bravery of those who recognized its value and worked tirelessly to protect it. Today, the Mona Lisa continues to captivate audiences from around the world, not just for its artistic brilliance, but also for the incredible story of its survival. The painting's journey during the war has become an integral part of its legacy, adding a new dimension to its significance as a masterpiece of Renaissance art. As visitors stand before the Mona Lisa in the Louvre, they are not just looking at a painting. They are witnessing a symbol of human resilience, creativity, and the enduring power of art to transcend even the darkest moments in history.